Hi everyone, hope you're well. Today we'll be looking at the Ghost of Tsushima. Hopefully that's the right way to say it. Um, so this game was actually recommended to me by Noel, my friend, and he's like, is in Japan, samurais and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, let's have a look. My girlfriend also likes Japanese culture, manga, anime, all that sort of stuff. She's really into it, so she's probably interested in this video as well. So I thought, okay, let's have a go and just see how it goes. So the story follows a guy called Jin Sakai, who is the nephew, and his uncle is someone called Lord Shimura, who basically like is the head of the samurais and runs this town called Tsushima. You're fighting off the Mongolian Empire who are trying to invade Japan. Tsushima is an important point strategically because if they can get past this point, they can go into the mainland Japan after they've got past the sea and stuff like that. So, yeah, you're trying to fight this off to save basically the rest of Japan. And there's the guy who is the grandson, I think, of Genghis Khan, called Kotus Khan. So yeah, he's the kind of the bad guy in this. And this game starts off crazy. Like that's the opening scene where, and then you just start off on this horse like running into battle. It's just so mad how this game started. I was like, wow, like things are exploding around you, people are running towards you. Like you're on a horse, you got a sword, you're just like slashing people. It's one of the best introductions to a game that I've ever seen. And a common theme in this game is the environment and basically how it comes alive. Like you can see people like things exploding, things on fire, like footprints on the ground. Yeah, it's just really cool. But yeah, it has a combat system that's very similar to kind of like God of War. Like you have your basic parry, blocks, and then strikes, light and hard attacks. And then you also take people out like that. Then you can upgrade them, where you get like arrows, bombs, and like throwing knives and stuff like that, which gives a better experience and it's more varied, so you can do different things. But a lot of this game is kind of like sneaking around, bit of stealth, like taking people out. But going back to the story, so basically you go up against that bad guy and it doesn't go very well. So you kind of have to build your army and get people on your side, build yourself up again because your uncle gets captured, and then eventually take on that bad guy. But yeah, I do like a lot of stealth games, like just sneaking around and taking people out in silence. So yeah, that's something that really appealed to me. The combat's really cool. Like, you can do stuff in different ways. Like you can just sneak and go on top of roofs and stuff like that, or you can just like go straight into battle and just take everyone out. But I prefer the kind of sneaky route. Um, but the key to this game is the story. If you like the kind of story games, cinematic shots, and like important stuff through dialogue is really important. Like just going back to that shot there, how he discovers his sword again and goes back to when he was a kid and what he learned. And like I really like this scene because it shows you how to actually do the combat. So rather than going being the character and like doing moves and stuff like that, it goes to when you were actually taught the moves and then how it works. So I really like this transition, how he goes back to when he's young, and you just look at the leaves on the ground. Like look, the environment is actually alive. It's not just like a flat terrain. Like there's stuff going on in the background, and the combat system can be a bit complicated because there's like different styles, there's different moves and stuff like that. But slowly you'll pick it up and get used to it. But yeah, it's just really cool. I've always liked games with swords as well because it does take a bit more skill to get that stuff off. Sorry, that's my phone. um, but yeah, I really like that. There's also these scenes like this where you have like standoffs and like the first person that moves, then you've got to quickly take them out. And once you do that, you'll engage in like a bigger battle and stuff like that. But yeah, the story, the dialogue, the acting is very, very high quality. You can actually play this game in black and white, and like play like the traditional Japanese movie, which is what this game is actually supposed to be based on, which I thought was really cool. Also, you can make the so the voice acting is in Japanese, and have English subtitles if you want. Which is another, like, it's a little thing, but it kind of makes the experience a bit better, and depending on what you want. Also, it gives you the option to rename your horse to whatever, which I thought was quite cool. So you get like little options like that. But yeah, I don't. Just look at the environment here as well. Like, look at the grass moving, look at the wind, look at the like trees moving, the light, and like the scenery, like the birds, the shot of that tree. It's just like you can tell a lot of care went into this, just on the simple things, and I really really appreciate that. When you can tell that they've really taken a lot of effort to give you a product, and a lot of time has been spent. And yeah, I just think this is if you're interested in something a bit different, something with a good story, good graphics, good mechanics, combat. It's just don't think I can't see what this game doesn't have, to be honest. And here's an example of like assassinating people and stuff like that. It's also interesting because it's the conflict of this character. So he's kind of like used to being a samurai and living by certain principles, but because of what the Mongols are doing, he has to use certain tactics like this, like kill people sneakily, which isn't really the way of the samurai. You're supposed to like look people in the eye when you kill them and stuff like that. So you play through his conflict of trying to obviously save where he lives and the people, but also go by his principles. I think Japan's always been interesting to me because it's one of those countries that has that conflict as well. I think they have the principles and everything and traditions, but they're also one of the most advanced countries in the world in development, electronics, AI, and stuff like that. So that's what's always been interesting to me. Like, but yeah, this is a very, very good game. I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite games. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and pick it up and give it a play. See you next time. Thanks. Bye.